Hey, what's up, my dudes? Daily Dose of Archuga back tonight watching Monday Night Raw, and let me tell you, this was a terrible show. It was their season premiere, and honestly, they basically just copy and pasted from the previous show and added a couple new things. It started off with everybody, start off with the Rey Mysterio segment, right? So I thought Rey Mysterio would come out and be like, I'm excited to see the match. I'm excited to be in the match tonight. I was actually looking forward to Rey Mysterio versus Seth Rollins. And what happens? Brock Lesnar comes out and just kills Rey Mysterio. And then it gets worse because he walks to the audience area where Rey Mysterio's son is sitting, and Brock Lesnar just pulls him out and he gives him such a big suplex that I swear that Rey Mysterio's son flew in the air for 10 seconds. And that was a good segment, but at the same time, kind of destroyed Rey versus Seth Rollins. I guess they might be holding that for later, but I was actually looking forward to it, and I thought that the Fiend would end up fingering Rey Mysterio, and honestly, that would have been better with what happened later tonight, and I'll explain that. Anyways, the Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch feud continues next. I'm pretty sure Becky is definitely gonna lose the title to Sasha Banks in Hell in the Cell, because I'm pretty sure she's gonna get moved to SmackDown to boost ratings there. So I'm pretty sure that she's gonna lose. So this is just building up to Becky Lynch losing the title. The next was the tag team match with Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler versus Heavy Machinery. And honestly, this was a terrible idea because they made the Heavy Machinery had a lot going for them, and people were starting to like their segments, and this kind of buried them, that they not buried, but they did lose a title opportunity. And I honestly think if they really needed to pop the rating, they could have won. If they would have had a title change here, it would have kind of popped the rating. And then one of the worst segments comes up next. It's Miz had this thing with Hogan and Ric Flair, and honestly, this got worse because Hell in the Cell is next week, right? Or this Sunday. Don't you think they would be building up to that? But they did not. This added another layer. This added to the Crown Jewels thing, which is later this October. But why would you do that? You have Hell in the Cell. It could have waited a week. Why did they need to do Crown Jewels? They could have focused on Hell in the Cell. Basically, the segment was that Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan, he came out to booze, and basically they're the team leaders, and Ric Flair picked Randy Orton, and Hogan picked Seth Rollins and Rusev, and this gets even more weird, right? So now that there is no Rey Mysterio, so everyone's oh, who's gonna face Seth Rollins? And Rusev challenges Seth Rollins. Does that make any sense to you? They're on the same team together, but somehow Rusev challenges Seth Rollins. Don't you think it would be Randy Orton? Come on, WWE. Come on, man. Up next, basically, I'm pretty sure I got the tag team switched up. I'm pretty sure this was the Bobby Roode one, but I said it before. But this one was AJ Styles' his team, the Anderson twins or whatever, Anderson brothers. They came out to face the Viking Raiders, the Viking Experience. Basically, the Viking Experience won, and in the ending, this was okay. This is a pretty good match. I'm not gonna lie. Up next was Cesaro versus Ricochet. And I'm telling you, Cesaro is so underrated. He always has good matches, but he loses. I think sooner or later they need to make him start winning. But this is definitely a good match. I like the ending where Cesaro got pinned, but it was kind of they could have had another match. And this could definitely, they can keep going at it. Oh, this time he won. Maybe the next time Cesaro might win. And this would keep, Ricochet busy. The next segment was actually the best part of Raw. Bray Wyatt had another Firefly Funhouse where he warned that Seth Rollins that the Fiend is gonna hurt him, and it was really good. I think this was the best segment ever. Not ever, but I'm saying this was the best segment of this show. Next was AJ versus Alexander, and recently Alexander has gotten buried, so I was like, I don't understand why like he would get another title opportunity after AJ Styles have pinned him and basically like killed him like twice at this point. So why would he deserve a title opportunity? But anyways, this was actually a pretty good match, but Alexander lost again, so I don't understand why they would continue. I hope they don't continue this after this, because that would just be weird. Next was like a random match. They just put Natalia's match up here, which was really weird to have right before like I guess this was like the buffer match. Well, Natalia lost. She got the woman's like punch to the face. And next, the final segment was Rusev versus Seth Rollins. And let me tell you, this was pretty bad. Like, it started off as an okay match, but the ending actually made no sense, okay? So, Bobby Lashley comes back, okay? And let me tell you, Bobby Lashley comes back and he reaches backstage and Lana comes out and starts making out with Bobby Lashley, okay? And then the Fiend happens. I don't know why they needed to bring Lana out to Bobby Lashley, or why they needed to bring Bobby Lashley out, because this kind of made the Fiend's appearance where he like fingered Seth Rollins look really stupid, and it really didn't need it. They could have waited another week, but honestly, this Raw premiere or whatever was kind of pretty dumb. Honestly, it was a copy and paste from the last show. They changed a couple of things. I honestly did not like it. This might have been like a worst Raw that they've had in a while. Let's see how SmackDown turns out tomorrow. Or not tomorrow. It's going to be on Friday now because it's premiering in Fox. I think that might be a little bit better. But tell me what y'all think about today's Raw or tonight's Raw. And if y'all enjoy this video, please subscribe down and like the video. Thank you. Have a great day.